Very simple installation. So here in the shop tonight, and I'm doing some service work on the old truck, the 2017 Denali. One code that I've been getting is for the map sensor. So I have bought a new map sensor. I don't know where to find the part number. I'll leave a link to it in the description. You see a part number. Anyway, I also got on Amazon because I know a lot of people that run the banks and the Sinister Diesel and all that, the map spacer kit. And here is the one off Amazon. I just dumped it out of the bag, the plastic bag it comes in. I've never ran one of these before, but I never got a code on the white truck. 500,000 miles, no map code. But I did change the one on the white truck last 3 days ago. I took it out and cleaned it, and I saw what people are talking about how sooted up they get and all that. And that's what I was telling somebody in the comments earlier. I'm a pretty big believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if it don't throw a code for it, chances are I don't check it. I mean, that's just the way I've always been about things, the way I've always done things. And I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. It's just the way that I've been doing it. So what I'm doing here, because I've been in a hurry all freaking day, a little O-ring that goes on right there. Now, I will say this looks like a fair quality product. I won't know until we bolt it on, I'm sure, how it's going to fit and all that. I've seen the S&Bs, I've seen different ones, and basically it's just to relocate that map sensor, to get it out of the line, out of the airflow of soot. It still reads the pressure like it's supposed to, it just doesn't have the soot blowing across it. And came with a Allen head bolt here that drops in right there, so it'll be flush mount. I don't know, it was a lot cheaper than the banks and the other ones, and I'm gonna give it a shot. Here is the sensor. I'm gonna go ahead and get the sensor out of the bag, get the old sensor out of the engine. I pulled the bolt out, but I haven't went any further than that. Okay, so like I say, I have already pulled the bolt, and I was about to jump in and do this without recording it, and I got to thinking I needed to record it. So this lock will be forward. You push it back, make sure you get it all the way back, and it should press in and release. Probably would have been a good idea to have done that before I took the bolt out, because now it won't move around on me. Over time, these trucks get so brittle, and it's 17, it's what, 5 years? I don't know. They get older. If you take a pick and get right in here and lift, it helps sometimes. Unless you're on camera trying to make a video and then nothing goes right. Okay, so we got that plug unplugged. I got a trim tool here. I'm just gently trying to work it up out of its hole. That's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's bad enough, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be, honestly. Anyway, so I'm gonna hang on to that one because I may can clean it and reuse it at a later date. We have this that goes right here. There. Go ahead and run this down. A smart man would have checked and seen what size Allen bolt that was before he got started, but that's not something I claimed to be here recently. And I did put the rubber O-ring on the I put the rubber O-ring on the nipple there as I was before I put it in. I'm not getting carried away with it, just good and snug. It's solid. I just hope it seals off like it's supposed to. Alright. Here's the new map sensor. Looks like it will install right like so. I felt it slipped in there good and snug. Now there's one 10mm bolt that will come in from the back side, and it feels to me like this line is going to be directly in the way. Of course it would be. Why wouldn't it be? But you can push it down. You can push that line down to get at it. At least it's not a hard metal line. Then this here will plug just up, back up right like the last one. And tighten that one 10mm up, and we should be good. Very simple installation. It's a good looking product. I don't see how it can't function properly, and it's a fraction of the cost of the big name ones I was looking at. Well under half the cost of the big name ones I was looking at. So hopefully that'll cut my code off. Or, well, it's not, I don't have a constant code or a constant check engine light. It just comes and goes randomly, and it all pointed toward the map sensor. Anyway, I'm going to leave links to all this stuff. If I do have any issues, I'll come back and let you know. I just really don't see what kind of issues there is that could be had. As long as it's sealed off good against the intake, it's a very, very functional product, but a very simple product. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.